and J Loves Trains here. You join me in Carlisle this morning, where I'm about to go have a ride up to Glasgow. Now, usually I would travel with either Avanti West Coast or Transpennine Express along the West Coast Main Line to get up there. But today I'm going to be riding with Scotrail. I'll be heading up the Glasgow South Western Line, which runs from Carlisle to Glasgow via Dumfries and Kilmarnock. And I will be stopping off at Dumfries along the way as well. But yeah, I can't wait to check out this line and see what it's about. Well, I've been to Carlisle quite a few times over the years now, and it always feels great to be back at this station. It does take longer to get to Glasgow Central from Carlisle when travelling with Scotrail. The line itself is only thereabouts 13 miles longer than this section of the West Coast Main Line. But time-wise, if you were travelling to Glasgow with Avanti West Coast, it would typically take an hour and a quarter. But with Scotrail, it takes about 2.5 hours. I've just made my way to platform 7. I think platform 7 and platform 8 are the Scotrail platforms, and it is the 0954 service I'm waiting on. It does say up on the display that this is a 4-coach service. There is currently a single 156 pulled in, so I think we're waiting for another one to pull in and couple up with it. I was just trying to remember if I'd ever ridden on one of Scotrail's class 156s before, and yeah, I have. I've ridden on a few of them. I think it's been over a year now though since I rode the last one, so it's great to be reminded of what the interior looks like. Here at my airline style seat, I've got a fold down table, plug socket, happy days, and no, there are no nicker hooks throughout the coach. Gutted. I am looking forward to heading along this line now and seeing what the views out the window are like. From riding Scotrail lines in the past, I know they do tend to be very scenic, especially the two that I rode up in the Highlands, the Far North line and the Carlisle line. They were both absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'll have to see how this one compares. And we're off. I've got 43 minutes on this train now, and I am travelling on an off-peak single today. I did check and break of journey is allowed, hence why I'm getting off at Dumfries. It costs £15.75 with a rail card. It does cost the same for off-peak tickets no matter which of the two routes you take from Carlisle to Glasgow. The same with anytime tickets, but it can often be cheaper to travel along the West Coast Main Line because you can buy advanced singles and you can't when travelling along this route. We are now crossing over the River Sark, but not only that, we're also crossing the border from England into Scotland. After branching off from the West Coast Main Line, we are now pulling in to the first stop of this service, which is Gretna Green. This place is of course known for weddings. There is a typical hourly service along the southern part of this line between Carlisle and Dumfries, and then alternate services extend on through to Glasgow Central. So yeah, there's Scotrail services around about every 2 hours from Carlisle to Glasgow.
Nothing to hold me back, take my my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself.
Well, I didn't quite know how busy to expect that service to be, but it was pretty quiet to Dumfries then. And I've now got about 2.25 hours to spend here, so I'm going to head on out of the station and go for a wander. Dumfries station has got 2 platforms, and it is of course run by Scotrail. It's quite big and spacious, and there's quite a few seagulls here. Oh look, it won the Best Station Award in 1986. What's this path here? Oh, it's the Caledonian Cycleway. That looks fun. Lovers Walk, what a name. Right, I'm off down to the flowing water. I'm just passing by the Robert Burns statue. Robert Burns, known as the national poet of Scotland. There's a seagull up on his head as well. And here I am next to the River Niff. Now the railway line is going to be following alongside this river onwards from Dumfries, so hopefully I'll be able to catch some views of it out of the train window. But for now, I'm going to have a little riverside walk. There are a few bridges crossing over the river here, but this one ahead is the Devagilla Bridge, which is one of the oldest bridges in Scotland. The current bridge dates back to the 15th century. I'll have a little walk across it.
As I reach out to...
There's these, I'm going to call them viewing areas in the middle of the bridge. Let's have a look at the view. Oh yes, look at that. And let's have a look at the view from the other side of the bridge. Oh wow, that is beautiful, isn't it? It's my kind of view, that. Full of flowing water. Those benches over there look like they'd be lovely to sit and have a chill on overlooking the river. I'm going to head down towards the Dumfries suspension bridge and then I'll cut off and sort of circle back round to the station. Although I have still got a bit of time until my next train, so I think I'm going to go find a cafe or somewhere where I can get a cuppa, coffee and maybe a second breakfast or brunch. Well, I enjoyed that from King's Coffee and Books, or in my case, King's Coffee and avocado on toast. The staff are really friendly in there as well. Yeah, I do recommend that place. Right, I'ma go get back on with the train riding. I'm back at the station waiting for the 12:53 service. I've got an hour and 44 minutes on this train now through to Glasgow Central, and it is a single 156 this time, so yeah, 2-coach service. I did preferably want a forward-facing airline-style window seat like on the previous train, but well, most of them are taken, and the few that aren't, I've noticed the windows are very dirty. So yeah, I've sat myself down in this seat on a 4-seater table, and I can see out of this window better. We are just passing by Portrait House and the Garden of Cosmic Speculation. That is a private garden, but it is usually open to the public one day a year. Not this year though, as there are building works going on at the house. And I'll relax and admire the views along the rest of the line. Oh, and also I need to look out for belties, which are the iconic black and white cows of Galloway. They're the ones that look like they're wearing a big belt.
'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day.
We've just pulled into Kilmarnock. The train sits here for a couple of minutes. I'll tell you what, this journey is flying by. It's also just gotten really hot on this train. About to take my jacket off. And also, I'm still looking out for these cows. I don't know if I'm just missing them or what, but I've not seen any yet. We're just departing the penultimate stop of Barhead, and I've now got, just over 10 minutes left on this train.
'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. 'Cause I found my way,
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform as you move the train.
my way. I found my way.
And here I am at Glasgow Central. The train arrived in on time, and it's pretty warm here as well.
I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way.
Well, I wasn't quite sure what to expect from riding along that line, with that, of course, being my first ever journey along it. But like I mentioned before, I am used to Scotrail routes being very scenic. And yeah, the Glasgow South Western Line was another pretty scenic one. Out of the window, there were loads of fields and trees, and you got little glimpses of flowing water here and there. Yeah, do you know what? I'm already looking forward to getting back along that line. I'm not sure when it'll be, but yeah, I will be back along it at some point in the future, and I'll be wanting to visit all the stations along it as well. I feel like I've just said along it quite a lot. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye bye.